Chapter 15. Sam Smoot sat in a chair in the corner of his shop, scanning the morning paper. "Hey, Vince," he said, squinting at the page in front of him. "The price of bread has gone down 2 cents. Vince looked up from sweeping the floor. "Really?" "Yes," Sam replied excitedly. "So after having gone up 3 and now coming down 2, that means it's only changed." Sam furrowed his brow and counted on his fingers for a second. "Well, that means it's changed. See, I told you it was going to change again." Vince shook his head. "Hey, Vince," Sam began again, flipping casually to the next page of the paper. "You would not have happened to talk with Miss Cassidy lately, have you?" "Actually, no, Sam," Vince said, bending down to collect his pile of dust in the broom pan. "I've not seen her for a while." Sam grunted, looking disappointed. "Hey, Sam, why don't you ask Miss Cassidy to go on a stroll sometime? You could take her to the park at the center of town. The autumn weather has all the trees turning yellow and orange this time of year." "Oh my," Sam said, looking up from the paper. "That would be quite nice. I suppose I could." No, I couldn't. Too much to do." Vince leaned on his broom. "Too much to do?" he asked skeptically. "You've hardly had a customer all morning. Why don't you close up shop a little early and ask her to go on a stroll this evening?" "Oh my," Sam said, crossing and uncrossing his legs nervously, then standing up to pace the floor. "Well, what should I say? How do I begin?" Vince thought. "Begin by appearing relaxed." "Like this?" Sam asked, shoving his hands into his vest pockets, his arms sticking out like chicken wings. "Try placing your hands behind your back, like this." Vince clasped his hands behind his back casually. "And when you see her, tip your hat." "Like this?" Sam swept his hat off and bowed low at the waist. A little too formal, I think," Vince said, trying not to laugh. "Okay, what do I do next?" Vince thought for a moment. "Ladies like small talk before you jump in," he instructed. "Begin by commenting on the weather." "Okay," Sam said, nodding vigorously. "And then you can comment on her appearance, something like, 'Miss Cassidy, I do so love how you have fixed your hair this evening.' Hair? Yes, hair. Got it," Sam said, still nodding. "And after you've done that, say something like, 'The trees down at the park are the most captivating of colors this time of year. Would you care to join me on a stroll down there this evening?'" "Okay, colorful trees. Gotcha," Sam said. "You can do this, Sam," Vince encouraged. "Just be brave. Be the man." "Be the man," Sam repeated. Yes, I can be the man. I can do this. I can do this." As if on cue, the whole barbershop lit up with vibrant pink light as Miss Margaret Cassidy's squat frame filled the doorway. "Why, Sam Smoot," she cried, lifting the hem of her frilly pink dress to step over the threshold of the shop. "What a delight seeing you around. You know, you were out last time I passed by." Sam leapt a foot in the air, stuttering and backing towards the counter. "Well, why, yes, yes, and why, who?" Just then, the little bell by the door rang as somebody else entered the shop. Turning, Vince saw Bella slip in. When she looked up at him, her face broke into a huge smile. "Why, Miss Bella," Margaret called out. "Fancy meeting you down here. What brings you to this part of town? Oh, if it's my pie, you'll have to wait a moment." Bella looked from Vince to Margaret to Sam, who was still standing behind Margaret, his legs shaking. She pursed her lips as if stifling a laugh. "Good afternoon, Miss Cassidy. I was actually just stopping by to say hi to Vince." Turning to Vince, she motioned towards Margaret. "Vince, this is my music teacher, Miss Cassidy. Miss Cassidy, this is my friend Vince." Margaret's eyes grew wide and she grinned ear to ear. "Why, I know Vince," she said, ecstatic. "He's like my own son. You've never met a guy like him. Why, he's good from the top of his head to the tip of his toes, always watching out for that son of mine and taking care of his old father." Vince felt his face grow hot as Margaret boasted about him. A surprised look came over Bella. "Oh, you know each other." "Sure do, honey," Margaret said, beaming. "I've known Vince since he was a wee little boy, no taller than my belt line." Turning to Sam, Margaret began talking excitedly. "You know," Vince began in a soft voice, turning to Bella, I was hoping to go down by the ports tonight. I love how they look at dusk." Bella took a step towards him, her worried expression betrayed by the glint in her eye. "It's not safe to go alone. Will you be taking your friends then?" "Actually," Vince said, taking a step even closer to her, "I wondered if maybe you would take me." "Hold on here," Margaret cried out. "Even a blind man can see what you two are doing. Oh my, this might be the best day of my life. Vince and Bella have up and fallen in love." "Well, Miss Cassidy, you see," began Bella, but Margaret was already clutching her heart and continuing. "Why, ain't this just beautiful, Sam? I've never met anyone with a heart as big as Bella's, nor a man as good as Vince. Why, I'm so happy I could kiss you, Sam." Sam, who up to this point had been shaking uncontrollably, froze suddenly, all the color draining from his face. Gliding over, Margaret planted a kiss on Sam's cheek, then turned to Bella. "Bella, I'm walking uptown now. You want to come?" "Sure, Miss Cassidy," Bella said, then looked to Vince. "Same time as always?" "I'll stop by your home to pick you up," Vince replied. "I'll see you later then," Bella said with a smile. Vince watched Bella and Margaret walk out of the shop and up the lane, then turned to look at Sam, who stood still, frozen in place. "You all right, Sam?" Vince asked, waving a hand in front of Sam's unblinking eyes. Sam's face spread into a tipsy grin, and he let out a high-pitched hee-hee before falling unconscious to the floor.